Listen, brave one. Every single morning you face a decision that shapes the whole next day of your life. Most people don't even notice they're making it. They crawl out of bed, grab their phone, and let whatever they see decide how they feel. But there's a hidden truth that separates people who truly live from those who only get by. And it starts in the very first minutes after you open your eyes. Long ago, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "When you wake up, remind yourself that today you will meet people who are nosy, thankless, full of pride, unfair, jealous, or grumpy." Instead of being crushed by this thought, he used it to train his mind for strength so he would not give up. Right after you wake up, your brain is soft like clay, easy to shape. Scientists have proven that the first thoughts you think carve new paths in your brain, creating patterns that guide your reactions for the rest of the day. Yet most people waste this powerful moment by scrolling through feeds, soaking in strangers' troubles, or rushing headfirst into stress. The Stoic thinkers found something powerful. You can train your mind each morning to build courage, calm, and steady confidence by speaking 10 clear truths to yourself. These are not silly fantasies or empty wishes, but grounded statements that match the real way the world works. Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling truly eager to live the day, no matter what difficulties show up. Imagine meeting insults, failures, or uncertainty with a steady calm that makes others wonder what secret you know. The ancient Greeks had a word for this: ataraxia, a peace so strong that no storm can shake it. This state isn't a gift at birth. It's something you create slowly, morning by morning. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the very words that have helped commanders win wars, builders raise empires, and normal people turn into stronger, brighter versions of themselves. Each phrase is aimed at breaking one of the chains that holds people back: fear, envy, wandering thoughts, quick temper, or delay. But here's the difference between this and every other method you've heard of. These ideas have already been tested in the hardest battles of history for more than 2,000 years. They worked in ancient Rome, they worked in times of world wars, and they can work for you today. The only question left is, will you have the self-control to use them? Before we dive in, I need you to do something. Tap the like button to show you're ready to rule your mornings. Write a comment telling me what your hardest morning habit is. Share this video with someone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're building a community of people who refuse to let life push them around. And above all, don't skip a single part of this lesson. Every step builds on the one before it. If these words strike something in you, let us know in the comments so you carry them with you. Number 1. Heart. I guide my morning. I guide my day. How I feel today belongs to me. The moment you accept full responsibility for your emotions, your whole world begins to shift. This is not about blaming yourself for the hard things that happen. It's about stepping into your strength and choosing the way you react to whatever life puts in front of you. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the horrors of the Holocaust and later became a psychiatrist, discovered this truth under the darkest conditions. He wrote that everything can be stolen from a person except one thing: the final human freedom. The power to choose one's attitude in any situation. If someone could keep emotional control in a concentration camp, then you can hold on to it in your everyday life. Most people act like prisoners of their feelings. Their mood changes with the traffic, the weather, the way others treat them, or the numbers in their bank account. They wake up, grab their phone, and let notifications decide if they'll feel happy or upset. This is emotional slavery, and it's the main reason so many people believe they have no control over their lives. When you say, "I am responsible for how today feels," you are declaring your freedom. You are saying your joy, your calm, and your self-confidence are not for sale. You are taking charge of the one treasure nobody can ever steal from you: your reaction to life's events. This doesn't mean you'll never feel sad, annoyed, or let down. It means you understand those emotions as passing guests, not permanent housemates. You realize that even if you can't stop what happens outside, you have complete control over what happens inside. The Stoic teacher Epictetus said it clearly: we don't suffer from the events themselves, but from the way we judge them. Change the judgment, and you change the pain. This morning statement retrains your brain to stop searching outside for steady feelings and start building strength from within. Begin each day by placing your hand on your chest and speaking these words with certainty. I am responsible for how today feels. My emotions are mine to choose. My calm is my decision. Today, I choose courage instead of weakness, clarity instead of doubt, and hope instead of fear. Pay attention to what happens once you stop being ruled by your situation and begin writing your own emotional story. You'll discover a freedom so rare, most people never even realize it's possible. Number 2. Today, I give my attention only to what is in my hands. The quickest path to driving yourself crazy is trying to manage things that are far beyond your reach. Yet every single day, millions of people pour huge amounts of mental energy into worrying about other people's opinions, the weather, politics, money markets, and countless other things they can't do anything about. The Stoic teacher Epictetus taught a basic truth. Some things are under our control and some things are not. He divided all of life into 2 boxes, the things you can guide and the things you can't. Once you learn this difference, you begin to master your life. So what belongs in the first box? Your effort, your choices, your words, your actions, your attitude, and your reactions, that's all. Everything else, other people's moods, the past, the future, storms, economic crashes, even your boss's temper, lives outside your power. But here's the problem. Most people flip this upside down. They waste nearly all their energy stressing about what they can't change, while ignoring what they actually can. They worry about what might happen a month from now, while skipping over what they could do today. They stress about how someone might judge them instead of focusing on who they want to become. When you rise in the morning and say, "Today, I give my attention only to what is in my hands," you are making a wise choice to spend your limited mental strength where it can actually make an impact. You're choosing action instead of worry, clarity instead of fear, and power instead of weakness. The ancient Greeks practiced a powerful tool called the circle of control. Picture your life as 3 rings. In the center are the things you completely control, the next ring holds the things you can only partly influence, and the outer ring holds the things you can't control at all. Your task is simple. Focus 90% of your attention on the first ring, 10% on the second, and none on the last. This morning habit flips your mindset. Instead of waking up buried under the weight of problems in the world, you wake up excited about what you can actually improve in your corner of it. Instead of feeling like a victim, you feel capable. Instead of scattered nerves, you feel sharp and clear. Stand tall, look yourself in the mirror and say with strength, "Today, I give my attention only to what I can control. I will not waste energy on things outside my reach. My focus is on my actions, my effort, and my responses." This is where my power lives, and if you're enjoying the content, consider becoming a channel member. Besides helping the channel, you'll also get exclusive content. Click the link in the description and become a member now. Back to the content. Number 3. My value is not decided by what happens today. Your worth as a person has nothing to do with whether you get the job, win the debate, or make everything go perfectly. Yet most people connect their sense of self to daily results, like being strapped to a roller coaster that never stops, soaring up when things go well, crashing down when they don't. The Stoic thinker Seneca, who advised emperors and was one of the richest men in Rome, learned this truth through painful trials. He was exiled by Emperor Caligula and later ordered to take his own life by Nero. Through these losses, he saw that outer success is temporary, but inner worth lasts forever. He once wrote, "Every new beginning starts at the end of another." In other words, your true value is greater than any single win or loss. The world trains us to measure ourselves by our work, our money, our relationships, or our trophies. We wake up each morning thinking we must prove we matter by what we accomplish before the day ends. This cycle is draining and damaging because it makes your confidence depend on things that are not fully under your control. When you say, "My value is not decided by what happens today," you are breaking free from the trap of performance. You are declaring that your worth is built in, not something you earn. You were valuable before today's challenges appeared, and you will remain valuable after today's successes or failures. Who you are is not up for debate just because of temporary events. This doesn't mean you stop trying or give up on results. It means you separate your identity from your achievements. You can chase excellence without chaining your self-respect to whether you reach it. You can feel let down when things go poorly, but not be crushed by it. You can celebrate victories without needing them to prove your value. The Stoics believed real confidence comes from knowing your true self, no matter what happens around you. They called outcomes like these preferred indifference, things you'd like to have, but that do not define your worth. Getting the job is nice, but missing it doesn't make you less. Each morning, remind yourself of this freeing truth. My value is not decided by what happens today. I matter because I exist, not because of what I achieve. Today, I will give my best effort, while knowing that my worth is never on trial. Success or failure, I remain worthy of love, respect, and dignity. Number 4, I will do, not just plan. The space between wishing and actually doing is where most dreams disappear. Every morning, millions of people wake up full of amazing ideas. They'll launch that business, call that friend, start exercising, or finally write that story. But by the time night comes, nothing has happened except more daydreaming. Marcus Aurelius had to remind himself often, when you rise in the morning, even if you don't feel like it, remember this thought: I am getting up to do the work of a human being. He understood that intentions without actions are just polished excuses for delay. The real difference between people who succeed and everyone else isn't luck, talent, or even opportunity. It's the ability to close the space between thinking and acting. While most people spend time perfecting their plans, successful people are busy perfecting their follow-through. While others wait for the perfect moment, the successful create the moment by moving forward. When you say I will do, not just plan, you are promising to become a person who takes steps instead of someone who prepares forever, but never begins. You're choosing to be the one who moves, even if it isn't perfect, rather than the one who stays stuck in endless preparation. The old Stoic wisdom rests on one simple rule: virtue means action. It isn't enough to know what is right, you must live it. It isn't enough to understand wisdom, you must practice it. Knowledge without action is just empty entertainment. This morning promise sets up what modern psychologists call implementation intention, which simply means making a clear plan that links your goal to your action. So instead of saying, I want to work out, you say, I will do something today for my health. Instead of saying, I should call my parents, you say, I will act on my love for family. The instant you move from planning to doing, your life starts to shift. You stop sitting in the stands of your own story and step onto the stage as the main character. You stop waiting for someone to give you permission and begin creating your own chances. You stop hoping things will improve and start making them better yourself. So stand tall right now and declare it. I will do, not just plan. Today I choose action instead of overthinking, progress instead of perfection, and doing instead of only dreaming. My plans mean nothing if I don't act on them. Today I act. Number 5. Nothing can break my calm unless I allow it. Your inner peace is like a strong castle, and you are the guard at the gate. Each morning, you decide who and what is allowed inside your mind. Most people leave their gates wide open, letting complaints, fears, and negative voices walk straight in and make themselves at home. The Roman emperor and Stoic thinker Marcus Aurelius once wrote in his journal, "You have power over your thoughts, not over outside events." Understand this, and you will find real strength. He knew that true control doesn't come from ruling the world around you, but from ruling the world within you. When you say, "Nothing can break my calm unless I allow it," you are setting clear walls around your inner space. You're declaring that your peace is not a playground for others to toss their problems into. You are the watchman of your own thoughts. This doesn't mean you stop caring or turn cold. It means you develop what the Stoics called the skill of desire, the ability to stay steady even when storms rage outside. You can admit that someone's words hurt, but you don't let them ruin your whole day. You can notice a setback, but you don't let it crush your belief in yourself. The secret lies in the pause. Between what happens and how you respond, there is a short space. In that tiny space, you get to choose. Most people react so quickly, they don't even see it. But once you learn to use that pause, you uncover your hidden power. Every morning, stand in front of the mirror and speak firmly to yourself. Nothing can break my calm unless I allow it. I am the guardian of my inner space. Today, I choose who and what enters my mind. My peace is not for sale, not for rent, and not for trade. Notice how your whole day changes once you realize your calm is fully in your hands. You become solid and steady, not because life stops throwing challenges, but because you've learned how to guard the treasure inside you. Write this truth in the comments. I am the protector of my own peace. But there's a catch. If you've been trying for a long time to break out of conformity and ignorance and can't seem to get there, it might be for other reasons, and you don't know what's causing it. But I know what it is. It's anxiety. Anxiety comes like a silent snake and poisons you without you even realizing it. It leaves you infected for days, months, and even years, and if you have it, it would be like living sick. However, there is an antidote from the Stoics, which, together with modern psychology, can free you from all this just as it freed me. I made a video showing how you can rid yourself of this poison in your life. It's in the first comment. Click the link in the first comment and cure yourself of this anxiety poison. Number 6. I pick discipline instead of motivation. Motivation is like the wind. It changes all the time. It's temporary, and you can't control it. Some mornings you feel like you can climb mountains. Other mornings you struggle just to get out of bed. But discipline is steady, like breathing. It works whether you feel strong or weak, happy or tired. The Roman leader and Stoic thinker Cato the Younger was famous for his strict self-control. Even during the icy winters, he would walk barefoot through the streets of Rome to train his willpower. He knew that too much comfort makes you weak, and that discipline is the only path that connects your dreams to real results. He proved that you don't have to wait for motivation. You only need discipline. Most people sit around waiting for motivation to show up like a spark of lightning. They believe they need excitement, energy, or inspiration before they can take action. So they keep waiting and waiting and waiting while their goals collect dust. Meanwhile, people with discipline are building strong lives, while those without it are building excuses. When you declare I choose discipline over motivation, you are breaking free from being ruled by your moods. You are saying, my choices will not be chained to how I feel. You decide to become the kind of person who does what must be done, even on the days when you don't want to. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it grows. Every time you pick discipline instead of comfort, you are adding strength to your character. Each time you follow through on something even when you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you can trust your own word. The Stoics called this the discipline of action, the ability to do what is right, even when it is hard, boring, or uncomfortable. They understood that motivation rises and falls, but discipline produces steady effort, and steady effort creates great lives. Think about the most successful person you know. I promise you they aren't more motivated than you, they're more disciplined. They've learned how to separate their actions from their emotions and to tie their behavior to their values instead. So this morning, make this promise to yourself. I choose discipline instead of motivation. I will act based on my promises, not on my feelings. Today, I will do what I said I would do, no matter how I feel. My discipline is my hidden strength. My discipline shapes my future. Number 7. I will not measure my path against anyone else's. Comparison steals joy, but it also crushes growth, confidence, and true success. Each day, millions of people wake up and start judging their own lives against the shiny highlights they see on social media, forgetting that they're comparing their real, messy moments to someone else's carefully polished show. The philosopher Epictetus once taught that a person saves themselves from endless trouble when they stop worrying about what their neighbor says or does, and instead focus only on their own actions. He understood that the only real competition you have is the person you were yesterday. But today, comparison has become a non-stop habit. You scroll through pictures of someone's vacation, and suddenly your life feels dull. You see someone's new job promotion, and suddenly your career feels stuck. You see someone's smiling relationship photos, and suddenly your love life feels lacking. What you don't see are their hidden battles, their fears, their failures, and their lonely moments of doubt. When you say, "I will not measure my path against anyone else's," you choose to walk at your own pace toward your own finish line. You refuse to let other people's schedules decide your value. You accept that everyone begins at different places, with different tools, different struggles, and different ideas of what success even means. Your path is one of a kind because you are one of a kind. Your history, your talents, your hardships, your hopes, and your situation belong only to you. Trying to live someone else's life is like trying to wear their shoes. They may look stylish, but they won't fit, and in the end, they'll hurt you. The happiest and most successful people have learned to define success in their own way. They no longer waste energy trying to impress people they don't care about with trophies that don't even matter to them. They've learned to cheer for others without tearing themselves down and to feel proud of their own steps forward without needing constant approval. So this morning, decide to live true to yourself. Say, "I will not measure my path against anyone else's. My road is mine alone. My timing is right for me and my progress matters. Today, I will celebrate the victories of others without questioning my own worth. I am exactly where I should be on my personal journey." Number 8. Gratitude will guide the way I look at the day. The way you see things becomes the world you live in, and gratitude is like a pair of glasses that turns ordinary moments into treasures. Every morning you have a choice. You can notice what's missing in your life, or you can notice what's already there. One choice leads to sadness, the other to a sense of plenty. Seneca once wrote that it's not that life is too short, but that we waste much of the time we have. He knew gratitude isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about seeing the small miracles that live right beside them. Right now, as you read this, your heart beats on its own. Your lungs breathe without you giving orders. You can drink clean water. You likely have a safe place to sleep. And you can hear these words through technology that would look like pure magic to people from the past. Yet, most mornings, we open our eyes and think first about what we lack. When you tell yourself gratitude will guide the way I see the day, you are deciding to train your mind to see plenty instead of emptiness. Scientists have found that being thankful actually changes your brain, carving new pathways that make you more positive, tougher, and more content. Gratitude doesn't mean acting like everything is perfect or ignoring real struggles. It means keeping perspective. It means remembering that even your hardest day still has moments worth noticing. It means understanding that joy is not about owning everything you want, but about valuing everything you already have. The Stoics used a practice called negative visualization. They would imagine what it would feel like to lose their health, their friends, or their belongings, not to make themselves sad, but to make themselves deeply appreciate what they still had. This simple habit could completely change the way a day unfolds. Instead of starting your morning with a list of problems, you start with a list of blessings. Instead of feeling empty, you feel full. Instead of staring at obstacles, you recognize chances to grow. Gratitude will guide the way I look at the day. I will notice the good that surrounds me. Today I choose fullness instead of lack, thankfulness instead of complaints, and wonder instead of worry. My thankful heart creates my joyful life. Number 9. Every difficulty is a doorway to greater strength. The same heat that makes butter melt is the same heat that makes steel tougher. Each morning, you get to decide which one you'll be when life turns up the fire. Most people think problems are punishments, but wise people see them as a training ground where character is built and real strength is shaped. James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy admiral who survived 7 years of torture in a prison camp during the Vietnam War, said he owed his survival to Stoic wisdom. He explained that you must never lose the belief that you'll overcome in the end, but at the same time, you must face the harsh truth of your current situation with discipline. He knew that hardships don't destroy you. They reveal who you truly are and give you the chance to grow tougher. Right now, you may be struggling with something heavy. Maybe it's money problems, a broken relationship, health worries, or uncertainty about your future. Your first reaction might be to wish the pain would disappear, to complain about your luck, or to feel like life is unfair. But what if these problems are not happening to you but happening for you? The ancient Stoics saw hardships in a radical way. They believed life's difficulties were like exercises given by fate to build inner strength. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The obstacle to action becomes the action itself. What blocks the path becomes the path." Every problem hides a hidden chance for growth, if you're willing to see it. When you say, "Every difficulty is a doorway to greater strength," you are changing the way you see problems. You stop being a victim of life's troubles and start being a student of life's lessons. You stop asking, "Why me?" and begin asking, "What can this teach me?" This doesn't mean you should enjoy pain or go looking for problems. It means you understand that struggle is the price you pay for growing stronger, and growth is the price you pay for a meaningful life. A muscle only grows when it faces resistance. A person's character only deepens when it faces trials. So each morning, prepare your mind for whatever the day may bring. Say to yourself, "Every difficulty is a doorway to greater strength. I welcome challenges as opportunities to build my character. Today's troubles will become tomorrow's strength. I do not wish for life to be easier. I wish to become stronger." Number 10, I will finish the day better than I began. Each morning feels like a new deal placed in your hands. What you choose to do with it will decide how you end the night. If you spend your hours with care, you'll go to bed smarter, braver, and a step closer to the person you're meant to be. This isn't about giant wins every single day. It's about the magic of small steps that add up over time, turning plain days into powerful ones. The philosopher Seneca had a nightly habit. He looked back at his day and asked himself, "What hurt did I heal? What weakness did I overcome? Where did I grow?" He knew the aim wasn't to be flawless. It was simply to keep moving forward. He believed that even the tiniest progress, like improving just 1% each day, would create huge change in the long run. When you choose to end the day stronger than you began, you make each day a lesson in personal growth. You wake up as version 1.0 of yourself, and you fall asleep as version 1.01. That may feel too small to matter, but the numbers prove otherwise. If you grow just 1% every single day for a year, by the end of that year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. This way of thinking changes everything. A hard talk becomes a chance to practice bravery. A mistake becomes information for the future. A long wait becomes practice in patience. Every moment becomes a chance to grow instead of just something that happened to you. The best part is that with this approach, failure disappears. Even on the worst days, you can still come out ahead by learning from what went wrong. Even if you slip up, you can turn mistakes into lessons. Even if your goals remain unfinished, you can still be better by changing your plan for tomorrow. The point is not to punish yourself or demand perfection. The point is to guide your own growth and to see that every single day is a gift you shouldn't throw away. When you end each day better than you began, you build a momentum that pushes you toward the life you actually want. The version of you that exists in the future depends on the choices you make today. So make them matter. These 10 morning promises aren't empty words. They are a map for building a steady, unshakable life. When you focus on action over excuses, choose to face challenges, stop comparing, stay disciplined, give thanks, and commit to growing a little each day, you change from someone who merely reacts to life into someone who shapes it. The ancient Stoics saw clearly what many today forget. True power isn't fake smiles or ignoring problems. Real strength is the inner ability to deal with whatever comes your way, using wisdom, courage, and calm. These morning promises are daily training for that kind of power. And remember, you don't have to do them perfectly. You just have to keep at it. Begin with one promise that speaks to you most and slowly add the rest. The goal isn't to become a Stoic master in one night. It's to become a little stronger, a little more thoughtful, and a little more in charge of your life every day. Your mornings shape your days shape your life, and your life shapes the story you leave behind. Don't waste them. If this message connects with you, press the like button, share it with someone who needs it, write a comment with your favorite morning promise, and subscribe for more guidance that can change your life. The person you'll be in the future will thank you for the time and care you put into your mornings today.